lovers, it is G-Swizz here, and I'm here today to share my BOOKTUBE-A-THON 2018 TBR with you guys. So like I said in my last readathon TBR video that I have done on this channel, I really dedicate myself to 4 readathons a year. They are readathons such as the Tome Topple readathon, the Get Graphic readathon, the Superhero-thon, which is the one that I co-run, and then of course the BOOKTUBE-A-THON, which is the first ever readathon that I participated in. And fun fact, this was a readathon I participated in before I started BookTube. And this was the readathon that I really looked forward to, and that's abnormal because I hate readathons because I hate being told what to read. But look where we are, I'm doing a readathon. No joke, every single time they announce the BOOKTUBE-A-THON for the year, I get so excited. I'm just so ready to go. That's how I am right now. I'm so ready to go for this readathon. I just cannot wait. It just brings so many nostalgic feelings because this is just one of the big readathons that kind of made me who I am today, if that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense because I hate readathons. What the heck am I saying? But still, I kind of feel like it is. That's the reason why I'm really excited about it. That is also the reason why I'm participating in it, and it's one of the few readathons that I truly want to participate in. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my BOOKTUBE-A-THON TBR. And while I am showing you my TBR, I will also be sharing the prompts with you. So challenge prompt number 1 is to let a coin toss decide your first read. So over here, I have a 20-cent coin, and if it lands on heads, I will be reading Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. However, if the coin lands on tails, I will be reading Little and Lion by an author's name that I totally forgot. I'm so sorry about that, book lovers. I want to give credit where credit is due, so it will be on the captions. Okay, here goes nothing. It is heads. If you want to see for yourself, that is heads. That means Little and Lion is not my first read. That means Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel is my first read. And now everybody who has been screaming at me, telling me I need to read this book, you guys can stop because I'm going to read it. Challenge prompt number 2 is to read a book about something that you want to do. I could have said that I want to be a superhero, therefore I'm going to read a comic book or a superhero book. That was going to be my only option because I have absolutely no idea what I want to do with my life. But then when I started to think about it, it's not necessarily something that I want to do or be in life. It's not like a career-driven thing. It's more like, what is one thing that I want to do that is on my bucket list, pretty much. Then I thought to myself, I really want to go to a geeky convention because I've never been to a geeky convention. The only convention I have personally been to is VidCon, which isn't necessarily a geeky convention, it's more of a creator convention, if that makes sense. And one day, I want to go to a geeky convention known as San Diego Comic-Con, which we are currently in the season of, and I'm getting serious FOMO. But the book that I decided to read that corresponds with something that I really want to do is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I'm not too sure if this takes place during San Diego Comic-Con, but what I do know is that it kind of takes place in a parody of it, and I've had this book on my shelf for far too long, and I finally decided to put my foot down, and I just decided I'm gonna read it because it's long overdue, and it's something that I really want to do eventually, like go to a geeky convention. So eventually I'm gonna make that happen, but first I want to get the vibes off of what it's like to go to a geeky convention. Challenge prompt number 3 is to read a book and watch a book-to-movie adaptation of that book. Interjection from the future, book lovers. That's right, I'm back literally the day after I filmed my BOOKTUBE-A-THON TBR. My original pick for this challenge prompt was going to be Everything by Nicola Yoon. I really did kind of want to reread the book and rewatch the movie. As much as that would be cool, I feel like I have a better idea, no offense. So yes, it is true, I've already read Everything. The reason why I picked Everything is because that I had access to the movie as well as having access to the book. Now I have another book I have access to and also another movie that I have access to, but this will also be a reread. The reason why I'm not choosing a book that's on my TBR is because I don't have access to a book-to-movie adaptation for a book that is on my TBR. So I just decided I was gonna make this a reread, and I was gonna make it a reread for a 5 out of 5 star book and a 5 out of 5 star movie. And that book and that movie is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I mean, I needed to reread this and rewatch the movie anyway because the second movie is coming out in that series. Can there be a Crimes of Grindelwald cut without Grindelwald? Like, that would be really cool. I don't know, like I'm more fascinated in the other characters, and I'm not a big fan of Johnny Depp, so there's that. Anyway, that's besides the point. The reason why the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise is so special to me is because this is the first Harry Potter film franchise that I have come to witness come out. I mean, there are so many people that grew up with Harry Potter that were lucky enough to grow up with Harry Potter. I wasn't that lucky because my family didn't really let me read Harry Potter growing up, so that's why this screenplay and this movie is so special to me. And yes, if you guys were wondering, I read the screenplay before I watched the movie. I didn't pretend that I read the screenplay by watching the movie like a lot of people did on Goodreads. If you only watch the movie, it does not count to your Goodreads challenge. I mean, sorry for the shade, it's not easy being a true fan, right? Wow, G-Swizz, you gotta stop being so savage. Okay, I'm going to move on to past G-Swizz now. But yeah, this is on my TBR for the BOOKTUBE-A-THON. Let's go. Challenge prompt number 4 is to read a book with green on the cover, and that is the exact reason why I did a coin flip between Little and Lion and Sleeping Giants, because both of them have green on the cover. I mean, you can interpret this as blue. I did interpret it as kind of a bluish. I think that it's also a greenish. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but I think that it definitely does look somewhat green. So I'm personally gonna count this as somewhat green. Challenge prompt number 5 is to read a book while wearing the same hat the whole time. The hat that I've selected is this beanie right here. This is a Hulk beanie that I got from a Collector Corps box. I used to be a huge fan of hats, but then after a while, I just started to discover that I'm not a big fan of hat hair. I really hate hat hair. That's why I rarely wear hats anymore. But I will be doing it for this challenge because it is a challenge prompt and I have to complete it. But that being said, I don't want to read a long book while doing it. So I've just decided to go with a Marvel comic because, of course, it kind of corresponds to my beanie being a Hulk beanie. And the Marvel comic that I've selected for this challenge prompt is The Unbelievable Gwenpool Volume 1, Believe It. I've really wanted to read this one for a very long time. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of green on this cover too. See, I can't lose with that challenge. This comic book has been on my Marvel comic book bucket list for so long, and I've just finally decided that I need to get to it eventually. I don't have any other volumes on my shelf ready to go with this series, so I'm kind of afraid if I really like this, I'll probably want to immediately pick up the rest of the series, but I'm currently broke, so I can't even purchase them off of the Book Depository. I mean, the struggle is real when you're both an adult, but you're also a book lover. I've heard nothing but amazing things about the series, and I'm really excited to start it this BOOKTUBE-A-THON. I can finally take this off. Challenge prompt number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine. I don't mean to double up again, but these two have amazing spines. First of all, I just love the simplicity of the spine, but also this diamond shape right here. I just think that that's really cool. And I also love the very simplistic ombre effect of this spine, but also the glitter. Seriously, spine beauty on point. I know I'm doubling up, but like kind of what I have to do at the moment. And finally, challenge prompt number 7 is to read 7 books. Now, I have only showed you 4 books on my TBR, but then I do have a few others to show you guys as well that don't necessarily fit with the prompts, but I kind of need to get to. The first out of the few books that I'm going to show you is Found by Flair Ferris. I finally got the name right. It took me ages to get the name right. The reason why I need to get to this one for the readathon is because it corresponds with one of the Love Oz YA challenges of the month, which is to read a book with frills and chills or something like that. And apparently this author is best known for her psychological thrillers, and I got given this book from a friend. It was good. I didn't even have to buy it, so that's a win in itself. So I am gonna get to this one. I'm probably gonna read this book on my morning commute to work. And another book that I want to get to during the BOOKTUBE-A-THON will surprisingly be a classic, and that is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I don't think I got that right. I need to read this because I've been told by many people that I definitely need to read this, including Carlos, who is on YouTube. I will link his channel in the description so you can check him out because he's really cool. I also know him in real life, so yeah. Hey Carlos. So this is his favorite book, and being that I am a booktuber and I read so many books that people recommend to me, I'm so surprised that I haven't even gotten to this one yet. And this one has been recommended to me, not just by him, but by multiple people. So it needs to happen. It's not even too long, so I think that I can definitely power through this one during the BOOKTUBE-A-THON. And the final book I've decided to read during the BOOKTUBE-A-THON will be one of these 2 poetry collections. One of them being Flux by Orion Colato, and then the other one being Worlds of You by Bo Taplin. I don't know which one I want to read as of yet, but I will decide. So these are kind of all the books that I'm planning to read during the BOOKTUBE-A-THON. If you want to purchase any of the books that I mentioned in this video today, book lovers, all the Book Depository purchase links will be down in the description so you can check them out. You can purchase them and you can help me out by doing so. And I also have social medias. I'm at G-Swizzelbooks on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also at Goodreads. That's www.goodreads.com/gswizzle. I love you book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.